Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today is going to be the last empties of the year. We'll go through all the products I have finished recently, and at the end of the video I will give you the total dollar amount worth of products I have used up all year. That is one thing I have continued to track over the years, and I find it so interesting and horrifying. So anyway, let's go through these empties. A big giant shampoo here. So this is the Argan Magic. Did I say Argan? Argan. now I can't. You know how sometimes when you say a word enough, you can't remember how it's supposed to be pronounced? I think it's Argan. Anyway, Shine Boosting Shampoo. So this is something I picked up at TJ Maxx. It took me forever to finish this and I didn't like it. It's one of those that doesn't really lather very well. Don't mind my dog whining in her sleep. And just because it doesn't lather very well, it doesn't feel like it worked very well to get my hair clean. I felt like I would use a lot of it and it just did not make my hair feel clean. And I know that lathering does not indicate it cleaning, but for some reason this just did not make me happy and I would not buy it again. Here's a dry shampoo from Living Proof. This is the Perfect Hair Day dry shampoo. This is a lot of people's kind of holy grail dry shampoo. For me, it is way too scented. It about kills my husband every time I use it. My dog even sneezes when I use this stuff. And I do think that there are other better ones out there. It obviously does the job, but it did not do such an amazing job that I would continue to buy such an expensive dry shampoo. If it comes my way in like a FabFitFun box or something, I'll use it. I think that's where I got it initially. I finished another cleansing balm from Versed. This is the Day Dissolve Cleansing Balm. I've mentioned this several times on my channel. This is one I have gone back to several times. Versed was very kind to send me a resupply of this, so thank you so much, Versed. I do enjoy this one. So this one, it does have a very strong eucalyptus scent, which is not going to be for everybody. I find it very invigorating, and I like this one for the same reasons that I like the e.l.f. It doesn't leave behind any sort of a film. It really removes makeup well, and it also emulsifies really well. I really like it when you go in with water and it becomes that really nice milky texture and it removes all your makeup. It's just very satisfying. So yeah, I would use this again. Oh, now I have the conditioner from Kenra. I think I talked about the shampoo last time. This is the Boost Hydration Normal to Dry Hair Moisture Conditioner. I didn't think it was anything special. I really don't have much to say. It's often that way for me with shampoos and conditioners. Like often if they're just okay, what can you say? It cleaned my hair. So I'm not gonna seek it out again. It wasn't anything special to me. Here's a sunscreen. This is the Black Girl Sunscreen Kids versions. This is the SPF 50. I enjoyed this very much. It is very moisturizing. It works really well under makeup, and it doesn't have any sort of a white cast. It's a very nice sunscreen. I would recommend it. I think I still prefer my La Roche-Posay or some of the other like K-beauty sunscreens that I've tried, but there's really nothing wrong with this one. I liked it a lot. I finished off another one of these serums from Lancome. This is my favorite serum. I tend to buy it when it goes on sale during Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I was kind of hoarding my last little bit of this to use during the winter time. Well, here I finished it. Just in case you haven't seen this before, this is the Youth Activating Concentrate. It's a hyaluronic acid serum, and this is one of the few serums I've tried where it actually does something for me. I feel like I've tried a lot of things that were nice but kind of disappeared into the skin and then I didn't really notice anything. This one is noticeably plumping. It makes my skin visibly hydrated even in the morning. I keep seeing a ad for a product that's supposed to be better than this but cheaper on my Facebook. I need to go on my Facebook and like try and find that ad and see what it is and try out that one. At the moment, I have other serums I'm trying to work through, so I'm not gonna repurchase this immediately, but very, very likely I will be getting this again. I finished this Skindinavia makeup finishing spray. This was the last product for my project pan that I wanted to finish this year. And in my project pan update, this wasn't quite done. Well, hooray, I can say I finished this off before the end of the year. This lasted a really long time, so that's something to note if you're interested in this spray. So this doesn't make your face feel tight or anything, so that's good, but I also didn't really notice it working to make my makeup last longer. Like there are some sprays where it's very noticeable that my makeup lasts longer. I'm thinking of the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush spray, which I hate to say that because that stuff is so expensive, but that stuff I can actually feel it setting my makeup, and I really felt that way with this one, so I'm not gonna repurchase. I finished this MAC Face and Body Studio Radiance Foundation. I already have another shade of this, so I already repurchased. It's my favorite skin tint, and I'm sorry if you've heard me talk about this a great deal already, but you know, this is an empties video. I have to talk about it. So this, if you apply it with just a brush or a sponge, you're going to get very, very light coverage. But if you use your fingers, rub it together in your hands, it will become tacky. And when it's tacky like that, it actually gives more coverage. And it has almost, I call it like a self-leveling effect, where it just does something to your pores and lines where they look less. You know, I'm not necessarily going to call it a blurring product, but there's something about the finish of this. It's softening and it wears an incredibly long time. Through the heat and humidity, this has never let me down. Just a very fantastic product. I have really enjoyed this product from e.l.f. This is the second one I finished. This is the Flawless Brightening Concealer. I use the shade Fair 15W, which is pretty fair, but it's not a high coverage product, so I can make it work for me. So this is one of those products that has the little brush. There might be a little bit left in the brush, so I can show you. Well, not really. A little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit left in the brush. You can see that it's a pretty light color, but therefore it has kind of that brightening effect if you use it under your eyes or down the center of your face. I really like this because it is so incredibly lightweight. If you're someone who just likes a little bit of brightening under the eyes, that you don't want a heavy concealer, if you're not necessarily trying to cover a lot of darkness, this is a beautiful product to add the hydration and brightness under your eyes. There are some very similar products like it that I want to try, so I don't think I'm gonna be purchasing this anytime soon, but if I didn't have those other products to try, I would buy this again. I like it a lot. Let's talk about this bronzer from Nudestix. So this is just a mini version of their Bondi Bae shade. So I'm gonna dig in there and try and swatch a little bit on my hand so you can see the shade of this. There. So if you watch my channel a lot, you know that I do prefer a more cool toned bronzer, and this is not at all. This is definitely warmth for my skin tone. However, there's something about it where it really does work very, very well. Initially, when I blended it out, I would start to get nervous because it doesn't blend as easily as other products does, but at the same time, it wears a really, really long time. So that is something to keep in mind. This wears beautifully, and once you do get it blended in, it's very seamless. So I do have other products I prefer, but I still really like this. I don't think I'm gonna purchase it again, but I would still say it's a good product. I finished off an e.l.f. Wow Brow. If you've never seen this before, this is what the wand looks like. It's a tinted brow gel. I do not find this to have a lot of hold. So if you're looking for hold, I wouldn't recommend this. This just kind of has a tint to it to tint your brows, which oftentimes that's just what I want. I just want a little bit of color to swipe through my brows to make them look just a little bit more full. I don't think I'm gonna purchase this again. There are so many products out there I want to try, but if for some reason I went on vacation and forgot all my makeup, like this would be one of the products I would grab. It's so inexpensive, very easy to use. This gloss from Beauty Pie is an absolute delight. This is the Wondergloss Collagen Lip Oil. If you enjoy kind of thicker lip glosses like the Rare Beauty lip gloss, or just lip oils in general that are described as more of like a liquid lip balm texture, that's what this is like. It feels very, very hydrating, super just comforting, and just kind of plushy on the lips. Very, very nice. Of course, it's annoying being that it's from Beauty Pie. Beauty Pie has they have their whole thing going where if you have a membership, you can buy their makeup at a much reduced price. I've only tried a few things from them. In my experience, their makeup was very good, but I just don't like to talk about them too much because of that whole having to have a membership thing. But if you have a Beauty Pie membership and you have yet to try the gloss, I highly recommend. This was the shade Nude Nectar. So this is a mini of the Maybelline Sky High. So this is one that does have kind of a more flexible wand, and you can tell from looking at it that this is meant for lengthening. And this is my favorite mascara from Maybelline. It really, really does incredible lengthening, and it wears very, very well. This is one actually that you need to have a little bit of patience. You're moving. If you're looking for a drugstore lengthening mascara, you will probably really enjoy this. This is quite nice. I'm not going to be repurchasing it immediately. I have a lot of mascaras to try. I try a new mascara every month. I'm always reviewing mascaras, but this is going on my list of drugstore mascaras that are like top tier. I think it's one of the best ones. Oh, that was everything in my little bag. So I'm going to put here on the screen the dollar amount that all of these empties came to, and then I will put here on the screen as well all of the empties that I finished this year. That number is always staggering. It's wild. Stay tuned. At the beginning of January, I will be doing a yearly makeup empties video where I go through all the makeup that I was able to finish in one year. That's, I don't know, always very satisfying to me as a project planner. If you watched all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much for hanging out with me all the way to the end. This is where I always share my tea of the day. Today I'm drinking a milk oolong from Taiwan. If you've never heard of milk oolong, it is such a treat. It is generally grown high elevation, and there's something about the combination of the elevation and the type of tea leaves grown where it makes the resulting brew extra, I don't want to say thick because I mean it's tea, but there is like a distinct difference, and that's why they call it a milk oolong, because it has more texture to it. It has a beautiful kind of creamy floral taste. I don't know if anything can beat a good milk oolong. And I haven't had a good one in my collection in a while, so oh boy, what a treat. Thank you so much. I will see you again very soon in the next one. Bye.